I'm 62 years old. Every morning, I wake up feeling pretty healthy. My blood pressure is under control, I eat reasonably well, and I go for a walk most days. So why do I still feel like I'm getting weaker? If you've ever asked yourself that question, you're not alone. After the age of 50, your body begins changing quietly, and most people don't notice those changes until years later. That's why millions of adults are now being told they need one supplement to stay strong, support their memory, and age better. That supplement is creatine. But depending on who you ask, it's either a miracle or a waste of money. Some people claim it builds muscle effortlessly and protects the brain. Others warn it could damage your kidneys. So who's right? Today, we're separating science from marketing to find out what creatine really does, who may benefit from it, and who should think twice before taking it. By the end of this video, you'll know whether creatine deserves a place in your routine, or whether your time and money are better invested elsewhere. I'm Dr. Ava, a urologist, and one thing I've learned after years of caring for patients is that good health isn't built on shortcuts. It's built on consistent habits. The healthiest people I see in their 70s and 80s usually aren't chasing every new supplement. They move regularly, eat well, sleep enough, manage stress, and continue challenging their bodies. That's why I'm cautious whenever a supplement suddenly becomes the latest trend. Too often, marketing becomes louder than the science. If you've spent any time online recently, you've probably seen claims that creatine is the secret to living longer, preserving memory, or building muscle. The truth is much more balanced. Let me be clear, I'm not here to sell you anything. Most people need better sleep, better nutrition, regular movement, and strength training long before they need another supplement. Those basics remain the most powerful tools we have for healthy aging. No supplement has ever replaced them. That said, creatine is one of the most researched supplements available. When you remove the hype, the evidence becomes much easier to understand. Creatine isn't magic. It won't erase years of inactivity or replace exercise, but for the right person, alongside the right lifestyle, it may provide a modest benefit. Imagine two people in their 70s who both trip while walking downstairs. One has enough strength to grab the handrail and recover. The other falls, fractures a hip, spends weeks in hospital, and gradually loses independence. Sadly, doctors see situations like this every day. Often the problem isn't the fall itself. It's the lack of muscle available to protect the body. Could creatine alone have prevented that? No. But stronger muscles, built through regular resistance training, may have changed the outcome. That's where creatine belongs in the story. It's not the hero. It's simply a supporting player. Think of resistance training as building a house. Creatine may provide a few extra bricks, but without the house, those bricks accomplish very little. One of the biggest misconceptions is that creatine creates the results. In reality, the results come from the work. Creatine may simply help you get a little more from that work. So what exactly is creatine? Despite the name, it isn't a drug or an artificial chemical. Your body naturally produces creatine every day in the liver, kidneys, and pancreas. Most of it is stored inside your muscles, while a smaller amount is stored in your brain. As we age, our natural production gradually declines, and many people also eat less meat and fish, the richest dietary sources. That means creatine stores slowly decrease at the same stage of life when muscle and brain health become increasingly important. So researchers asked an important question. If creatine levels decline with age, could replacing them help older adults stay stronger? The strongest evidence says yes, but only under the right circumstances. Let's start with muscle, because that's where the research is most convincing. Dozens of clinical studies show that adults who combine creatine with resistance training generally gain slightly more muscle and strength than people performing the same training without it. Notice the key phrase, combined with resistance training. That's the part many advertisements conveniently leave out. Creatine doesn't build muscle by itself. Exercise provides the stimulus, protein provides the building blocks, and creatine helps your muscles produce quick energy during demanding activity. Think of it like building a wall. Resistance training is the builder, protein supplies the bricks, and creatine simply gives the builder better tools. Without the builder, nothing gets built. That's why people who take creatine without exercising often notice very little difference. I sometimes compare it to buying expensive running shoes. They may help an experienced runner, but they won't make someone fit if they never leave the couch. Creatine works the same way. It rewards effort. It doesn't replace it. This becomes increasingly important after the age of 50 because muscle naturally declines if we don't challenge it. Over time, standing up, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance all become more difficult. The encouraging news is that muscles remain remarkably adaptable throughout life. Even people in their 70s and 80s can build meaningful strength when they begin resistance training consistently. That should give all of us hope. Your future isn't determined only by your age. It's influenced by the choices you make every day. Your muscles are constantly listening. Challenge them regularly, and they'll adapt. Ignore them, and they'll slowly weaken. Now, before we continue, if you're finding this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone you care about because the right information can change someone's life. You never know who might be blaming old age for something that can still be improved. Now let's move from muscles to the organ people fear losing most as they age, the brain. When people hear the words brain health, they usually think about memory. Forgetting names, losing focus, or struggling to concentrate are some of the biggest fears that come with aging. That's why headlines claiming creatine can protect the brain or prevent dementia attract so much attention. But this is where it's important to separate exciting claims from what the science actually shows. Creatine acts like a rapid energy reserve for both your muscles and your brain. During periods of intense mental effort or fatigue, it may help your brain access energy a little more efficiently. Some studies have shown modest improvements in short-term memory and mental processing speed, particularly in older adults or people who are mentally exhausted. Those findings are encouraging, but they're much smaller than many advertisements suggest. Younger adults often notice little benefit because their brains usually have enough available energy already. An aging brain may have less reserve, which is why researchers believe the effects can be more noticeable later in life. Think of it like charging a phone. Adding a little power to an almost empty battery makes a bigger difference than charging one that's already nearly full. However, creatine isn't a substitute for healthy habits. The strongest evidence for protecting the brain still points to regular exercise, quality sleep, good nutrition, controlling blood pressure and blood sugar, staying socially active, and continuing to challenge your mind. Let's address one of the biggest myths online. Can creatine prevent Alzheimer's disease or dementia? Right now, the honest answer is no. Current research hasn't shown convincing evidence that creatine prevents dementia or reverses Alzheimer's disease. Scientists continue studying it because the early findings are promising. But promising research is very different from proven treatment. Unfortunately, social media often exaggerates those early findings. As a doctor, I'd rather give you realistic hope than unrealistic promises because good decisions are built on accurate information. Now let's talk about safety. Creatine is one of the most extensively studied supplements available, and overall, its safety record is reassuring for healthy adults. Despite what you've probably heard, research hasn't shown that creatine damages healthy kidneys when it's used appropriately. Much of the confusion comes from blood tests. When you take creatine, your body naturally produces slightly more creatinine. Creatinine is one of the substances doctors measure to estimate kidney function, so blood results can appear slightly abnormal, even when the kidneys are working perfectly well. Think of it like stepping onto a scale while holding a backpack. The number increases, but your body hasn't suddenly changed. That's why it's important to tell your healthcare provider if you're taking creatine before routine blood work. That simple conversation can prevent unnecessary concern and additional testing. Does that mean everyone should take creatine? Absolutely not. Most safety studies were performed in healthy adults. People with chronic kidney disease were generally excluded, so we simply don't have enough evidence to confidently recommend creatine in those situations. The same advice applies if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or living with complex medical conditions. Always speak with your healthcare provider before starting any supplement. There are also two groups of people I worry about most. The first expects far too much from creatine. The second ignores medical conditions that require professional guidance before taking it. Imagine someone sleeping only 5 hours each night, rarely exercising, eating mostly processed food, and hoping one scoop of creatine will transform their health. Unfortunately, that's not how the body works. Supplements never replace healthy habits. They simply build on the habits you already have. Before spending money on any supplement, ask yourself a few honest questions. Am I exercising regularly? Am I eating enough protein? Am I sleeping well? Am I managing my blood pressure and blood sugar? Am I strength training at least a couple of times each week? If the answer is no, that's where your greatest health improvements will almost always come from. Think of your health like building a house. You build the foundation first, then everything else sits on top of it. If you and your doctor decide creatine is appropriate, keep it simple. Most of the research has been performed using plain creatine monohydrate. It's inexpensive, well-studied, and for most healthy adults, around 3 to 5 grams a day is the amount commonly used in research. Another question I hear often is whether creatine causes weight gain. Some people notice a small increase on the scale during the first week because creatine draws more water into muscle cells. That's water, not body fat. Remember, the scale doesn't tell the whole story. Your strength, your balance, your mobility, your energy, those are far better measures of health than a single number. After everything we've discussed today, here's the message I hope you remember. This video isn't really about creatine. It's about understanding where creatine fits into healthy aging. For some adults over 50, especially those already strength training and eating enough protein, creatine may provide a small additional benefit, but it will never replace exercise, good nutrition, quality sleep, or an active lifestyle. Those habits will always have the biggest impact on your future health. The healthiest older adults I care for aren't the ones searching for miracle supplements. They're the ones who consistently move their bodies, protect their muscle, eat well, and stay engaged with life. That's what helps them remain independent. That's what helps them recover more quickly when illness or injury happens. So before you spend money chasing the latest health trend, invest in the habits we already know work. Walk regularly. Challenge your muscles, eat enough protein, sleep well, keep your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar under control. If creatine becomes one small part of that healthy lifestyle after discussing it with your doctor, that's perfectly reasonable. Just remember, the supplement isn't the hero. You are. Your daily choices, your consistency, and the habits you repeat year after year are what truly shape your future. If you've tried creatine after the age of 50, I'd genuinely love to hear about your experience. Did you notice any changes in your strength, recovery, or energy? Let me know in the comments because your experience might help someone else make a better decision. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone you care about because the right information can change someone's life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself. Keep asking questions, and keep building healthy habits. Remember, growing older doesn't have to mean growing weaker. Small, consistent choices made today can lead to more strength, more confidence, more freedom, and a healthier future. I'll see you in the next video.